alert. Oh, I'm supposed to keep talking. Okay, I'll figure it out eventually. What is Hapsody? Well, right now, Hapsody is just an idea. And it may not even if it comes to pass, it may not even have the name of Hapsody because, well, it may not become the name of Hapsody, but that's the name that I like most. Hapsody is an idea to have a daily comic strip written and drawn by the people of Haps. Picture, if you will, a city with 7 boroughs. So that's 2 more than New York, which, as you know, I'm sure, or some of you, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, and Staten Island. So Hapsody would have 7 boroughs, and each of those 7 boroughs would be it's about telling stories. So this is mainly for artists and writers, though it could also be animated. Just saying. And some of the genres, well, I've got six of the 7 that I've given thought to. You got action, you got comedy, you got supers, sci-fi, fantasy. How about surreal? Those are 6 of the 7 that I think that would be interesting. We could put it to a vote. So, in any event, and it's also, well, it's 7 boroughs, primarily because each borough would have its day, which also gives variety, and no one team would have to do, and hopefully there's no limited to, it doesn't have to be limited to 7 teams only, because I don't, there's got to be more than just 7 artists and 6 other writers who are here on Haps. Hey, Pablo. Oh, you should hear this. Oh boy, Pablo's here. I don't know if I can talk about it. No. Anyway, carry on. It's going well. I am reaching and I get replay. Even want to been awarded a happy coin or two. So I hope you stick around. Well, or catch me in replay anyway. Thanks for stopping by. Careful what you wish for. No. Okay, so um, this is an idea that that I hope would be picked up by with enthusiasm by the people of Haps as well as the people behind the people of Haps. Because this is an idea for a daily comic strip written and drawn by the people of Haps, and I thought the name Hapsody was a great name for the city. Obviously, that's not a name set in stone if the project comes to be, but I thought that was kind of a nod to the greatness, the unfolding greatness that Haps is. But if obviously Haps said no, 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 hey, Doe, darling, Lincoln, Nebraska, representing, then it would be named something else. But I don't know, Hapsody like Rhapsody. It just so that's what as I draw. That's what the focus of this episode will be. So yeah. Oh, begging your pardon, madame. So how many of England's cities are represented in other countries? Like, there must be a checklist somewhere because, London, obviously, Lincoln, and London, well, there's a London. We have a London in Canada, in Ontario. Yeah, quite a lot. Did you know there's I counted 27 Londons in the world and hither and yon. But I don't want to shift my focus, but I hope you drop by again at some point. However long you're staying here, I don't know, because and if Pablo's still here, that I would like to cast my vote for. I don't care who's listening in. I mean, if they're not engaging, well, then there's no way of knowing who. But I want to know actual numbers at the time, because like 13. Well, I'm going to be drawing a cover to Peach, my hypothetical comic that will never be, which features a Peach and an amazing adventures throughout the universe. I have this will be the 305th cover to my hypothetical comic, and they're helpfully located. Well, more of them are here than not. Well, I'm starting to draw Peach more regularly, but I have 300, well, somewhere close to 300 on on my Instagram, Artoberist, and I regularly add them there. So and it was a Peach, well, Peach and Petrie, that's close, and I can reliably draw Peach the same or roughly the same each time. So because that's a hard thing for me, drawing a character the same way multiple times. So because if I was doing comic, it wouldn't be featuring a peach. But how many people are drawing peaches? Not too many. In any event, also there's in a statement there is what I think of what Oprah does, putting herself on her magazine every cover. And weird worked for the Far Side, so why can't it work for me? Like I have this weird idea to collaborate with many many artists of not just writers and artists, but thank you, Pablo. You are one of the select few. So yeah, I 7 genres, and I really like the name Hapsody, but it doesn't have to be Hapsody, And I would be wow, I'd be gobsmacked if, well, hopeful that Haps would love the idea and would lend support to it and believe in it too and want it to. Because me just spreading the idea, I need, because there's more than, the minimum we need 6 other writers, 7 artists. But if you have multitude of teams, then you have at least a whole week to come up with 3 or 4 panels. And I think 3 or 4 panels per story, that's a good number, and it's not too much for any one team to put together in over 7 days, because this is just, now obviously I'm not a secret billionaire, so that's another reason why the support of Haps, even just coins that you make or or you use one of the existing one, you got talent, or because obviously, well, not everybody who's in writing, drawing, wants to make money, but I raise my hand to that. I want to make money. I want other people to make money too, so some form of it. So yeah, and the idea would be also that we would share in the ownership of the idea, if because there's nothing stopping us from, dream big. Hollywood comes and says, we want to turn that borough, the stories of that borough, into a movie, or are we making that, whatever. Let's be stupid and dream big. I mean, look what dreaming big did for Haps. It's a thing. It's an unfolding experience. So, and the mix of genres, different stories to tell, because not everybody wants science fiction, fantasy, supers, comedy, action. I have I've come up with a name that I'd like for one of the that I would push for one of the boroughs, and it's Taviton Heights. I already have a couple of yeah, I've got 3 characters for the that I would be focusing on, for Hapsody, or whatever it's gonna be called. But again, I like the name Hapsody, or Hap City, but Hapsody. Yeah, if I had to choose one, I'd choose Hapsody. because it rolls off the tongue quite well. So, usually I have what I refer to as a shy fulea. Fulea. That's that's what I call my crowd, the fulea. Oops. But if you have any questions, any comments, any coins, hey, not to be mercenary, but money makes the world go round. It's not gravity. I call it the DOS, though, since I'm only also on YouTube at the moment with this. Download Haps, subscribe, and support. Are you still here, Doe darling? Darling, Doe darling. Okay, let's see. And yes, I agree with Pablo. I think it is a good idea. Well, I think it's more than just a good idea, but it won't happen on its own. Like I know for myself, yeah, I draw every day, but for a proper for a proper for a proper anything, you know, I draw, but I'm not an artist. This is a thing that needs artists and other writers because well, it's also a collaborative thing, so I'm happy to focus on my characters and just be in it when I'm in it. Like if there's if you get to 10 teams or even 14, say we settle on 14 teams, 2 people. I'd be more than happy to just be doing it every 2 weeks. See, and that's another thing. The more teams, the more time, and then the less sense of oh my god deadline because 3 or 4 panels. You know, the writer artist, and even some of the stuff can be done as something to stream. If you're like, well, what do I stream about? Oh, I'll stream about my next issue of Hapsody. Well, it wouldn't be issues, but my next Hapsody strip. Writer and artist have a stream about what they're gonna do. So that's another thing. It's also content. Maybe, and if you're doing a stream, you say, "Hey, what do you want to happen between Biff and Pam? Should they or shouldn't they? Will they or won't they? Do the aliens invade or do they not? Do aliens bowl? And just because it's a city doesn't mean there can't be country adventures or adventures at sea or. Hey, Silva. Good. How are you? Are you a creative? Wow. I don't often get checked out, so pardon me for blushing. No, I've only been. This is my fifth week of what I like to say is Haps casting because I'm coming from Haps, so I'm trying to make Haps casting a thing, the term. But I'm Hamilton. Hello, John. I think you've passed through before. But right now I'm broadcasting at least once a day, sometimes as often as three times. This is my third time today. And my plan is to broadcast daily until I can't. Whether that happens in 2 months, 2 years, 20 years. Oh, I'm new too, and I'm certainly not everyone's cuppa. And I don't know if I'm doing a good job. I think but I've got close to 10,000 views apparently, and I get some live views. Though 34 people who have passed through is higher than the average probably. But then I also get replay views, so I am reaching, and either way, I love it. And though my crowds tend to be of the shyer kind, not engaging much, but you're I get some engagement, but not as much as I'd like. Because I engage when I'm on a stream, somebody's stream. Well, that's a popular. Back in the day, well, I guess it's well, there's yeah, lots of true crime shows. So you write? You're a writer? Yeah, I don't know if anyone's doing that here. Um, but yeah, you'd probably have less competition. And you could be the first. And if people join you, you might well be the first and then become the expert. The big draw, as it were. Because I'm certainly not the only one drawing and painting. And, well, I haven't started painting yet, but one day maybe when I'm 83. Well, hey, no, yeah, but yes and no, because how many burger restaurants are there? How many pizza joints? How many? So, I mean, we didn't stop at one restaurant. So, but yes, there is a certain truth to being first to market. So, though the thing about true crime is there's a lot of research. But hey, good fortune on your idea. I wish there was. Well, it'd be nice if there was less of a need for true crime stories, because as a human, I prefer, and just as a for story purposes, I prefer the fictional ones. But it's a noble idea. And now comes the peaching. Peach, peach, peach. Peach has reach. Wow, 42. I dare say I'm going to get 50 people. And this was a surprise broadcast. Though how many of that 42 are in right now, I do not know. Oh, wait. Was Pablo saying that it was a good idea to know how many how many of the views are live, or was he talking about? Well, I can hope it was about the idea of Hapsody and not. Well, so if you are a writer or an artist or know a writer and or artist or writer artist or artist writer, and you think they might like the idea of Hapsody, shoot them a text, call them up. Smoke signals, Telegram, ESP, WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitter. What else is there? Periscope. Oh, sorry. Total mistake. Total mistake. I'm so sorry. Well, no. If you got into this through Periscope, obviously Obviously, you're feeling the feelings about the loss of Periscope and post by pigeon, yes. And I like how you said post by pigeon. That just works well together. This is Peach. He's not very hard to draw. Wow. I almost have as many live viewers as I have years on this earth. Which is another way of saying I'm old. Yeah, I never got into Periscope. I've heard of it. I've heard of it, but well, my get into Haps was I was watching some of the videos of someone on YouTube, and they were raving about Haps, and so I don't even know if I joined through them, which is a boo thing to do, but or not do. Now that was last year, but I didn't start streaming until the end of February, beginning of March. But now I'm streaming every day and until I can't. And I subscribe to anyone that I find interesting. So I don't catch all the people, but even just subscribing, whether you're a regular viewer or not, is good. So that's my approach to subscribing. I'm not like, oh, you must meet 73 criteria. No, that's not my thing. Because how many of people's criterias do I meet? No idea. Probably, yeah, based on my experience, not as many as I would like to believe I should be meeting. But you know, we're always, well, not always, but well, thank you, but I I just keep talking and talking and talking. Sometimes lapsing, well, sometimes being silent with the drawing, but and some a bit of well, I'll have to check it out. View profile. Mischief Maker. See, it says here Silva was raised by two fantastic parents and is awesomely cool and smart. Wow. I believe it. Yeah, well, I have the 30 years where I didn't believe I could draw, and I won't get those years back, but yeah, no. The beauty of drawing and writing is you can do it Plus, it's too late. Though, if you really want me not to, drop the smallest amount of coins and I can unsubscribe. Though, though, which is better, to pay people to listen or to watch or not to watch? And my thing is I just keep talking, but I have a lot of, like, my word. Like, if you were to have a drinking game where every time they say blank, you take a drink, mine would be so. Well, there is a learning curve to streaming, but like I still can't stream on my desktop because one of the things I want to do is with the natural need for breaks, I'd like to go for 12 hours, but I can't do that on my phone. I best okay, I've got a phone and a laptop, so I could bounce back, but no, I want it to be one stream or hand it off or have a co-stream, hand it off to someone if I needed an extended break. Um, but yeah, I can't do that with phone and tablet, laptop, tablet. So, but not that I have a webcam at the moment. My last one died at some point over the last couple of years. Well, I draw, I write, I talk, I read poetry that I've already written. I've got some very short stories that I could read. And don't sleep on streams, well, here and other places where people are drawing, because also Bob Ross. I mean, there is, but yeah, drawing, like, my streams, unless, and also playing games. I've got at least one game that I've already started sharing here. But unless it's a game stream, which has not been a regular thing, I start a stream with drawing. And unless I end it with drawing, it's probably going to end with me writing as I'm streaming. So what I'm doing now, I turn the mic off because yeah, I don't I've certainly knocked out during streams because I insist on streaming even if I haven't been to bed for a few hours, like many hours. I know one of the streams earlier today I was not fully firing on all cylinders because of sleep. But ideally, no, I wouldn't be. As for, but again, getting back to you thought you were boring, or the stream was boring. But there's different levels of because a lot of people would say, watching someone draw, but Bob Ross was a thing. I mean, it was painting, but, and every Monday, I watch the stream of a comic book artist and his wife where he draws a character, Batman, Superman, etc., etc., etc. And his wife, who's a writer, she reads the chat. They get super chats and just free chats, and they get hundreds of viewers. I mean, okay, hundreds, but they have a subscriber base of 125,000 so on YouTube, so they're doing something right. And well, how many viewers did you get? What are your analytics? And I don't know how many people are in here right now. Like actually in here of the 52. But thank you for having passed through. Either at any point during the liveness or in the replay to come. Because I don't mind the replay action. Because I've got streams where the replay action beats the live action. Yeah, see yeah, I talk about how shy they are. But I get the engagers like you. Because yeah, I go to other streams and you're getting, wow, 5, 6, 10, lots of engagement, and with the more engagement, the more chances. Because uh, it's either, hey, I really like the engagement. That's and the more engagement, the more chances that you're gonna get some coins dropped, and it's either 4 or 5 coin drops that I've gotten. And I look and see other people's their coin drops. You look, some have 20% of a goal of 500, or 50% of $10, or I think I have one stream where I had 2 coin drops in the same, and I mean, but even just the support of people engaging back like you are, that's support. Subscribing to me, I mean, what am I at? Well, when I started this broadcast, I had 99 subscribers. mean, I don't expect to get to 10,000 subscribers, but oh, maybe I should expect to. Oh, maybe I should expect to. Yeah, there is a payout of 200. Well, at one point, I was gung ho on the idea that that what would help me get to 200 would be inviting people to come to Haps, and that they would, that particular Haps challenge where they would broadcast once a week for 4 weeks, but none of the people I've invited have even come to Haps, so because they would have gotten 25 and I would have gotten 25, and I just needed to get 8 people. But if you're consistently getting, and also if you get 1,000 subscribers, say, and they're all pitching in their coins, because don't forget, well, yeah, but you must, friends, family. I'm not the most social of butterflies. Like, I have what I call anti charisma. So I mean, I have friends and family, but I have a certain level of anti charisma, so I can talk about ah. I hear you. That should be longer. And yeah, there's any number of reasons why someone wouldn't want some people on their socials. So I get that. But But what? What was I gonna say? Um, you will draw the people you will draw. Feel the blade. Are you multi-streaming or multicasting? And right now, I'm only multi-streaming to YouTube, and my experience with YouTube is as a creator. Yeah, I've well, yeah, I don't have any subscribers on YouTube, and I've had I was making videos years ago. Yeah, I didn't get many viewers. Uh, well, Silva, it's been so not boring talking to you, and all casters start somewhere, and so I can neither confirm nor deny your boringosity level, but I will aim to check you out and give you my nickel's worth of feedback. How's that sound? So again, thanks for being one of the engagers. Makes me feel like a real Hapscaster and not just some dude on the internet talking as he draws. Well, thank you. And I like how you didn't trip up and say you are so boring either. Hope to see you again. Dun, 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 dun. See, that's how you do it, people. You don't be shy. You say hi. You have a conversation. Wow. Thank you. You are probably the fifth person to. You are in select company. Cool. Well, I'm imagining that you'll be away when you're sleeping. No, Brown. And thank you very much for the coinage. And 76 people have passed through, even if it was only for 14 seconds. Because a lot can happen in 14 seconds. That's what he said. And she went to bed, unfulfilled, because he could only last 14 seconds. 14 seconds of bliss. At least give 3 minutes. Come on. Am I right, ladies? The risque Canadian. We don't just talk hockey or curling or maple syrup. Can I reach 80 before I have to leave at, well, in 50%? Because I'm down to 53, so and in any event, I have a hard out at 8 o'clock. Well, before 8, because I have a stream to watch that I regularly watch on Mondays. And it's hosted by David Finch and his wife Meredith, and he draws comic books for a living, and she writes comic books and maybe other things. And they do a stream from Ontario, Canada. So go Canada, go! Every Monday. And he draws comic book characters you've heard of, and some you haven't heard of. But Batman being one of them that you have heard of. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna record a game. Oh, maybe. Maybe not. Ah, yes. I hope it has good results, but I won't know that until long after the game's been decided. We've had too many bad results this season. And can you believe? Okay, I understand blackouts in normal times, but networks, Rogers and TSN, I'm calling you out. What are you doing blacking out games when people can't be in the stands? And even if they can be in the stands, they can't be in at full attendance. So why are you being okay? I'll be nice and say jerks, but there's other words that you could use, like you've got the rights, but you're blacking the games out in certain regions. Oh, and you're also, well, Rogers anyway. You love to show these American games. Like you got if someone has multiple channels and most of them are showing the same game. I mean, yeah, but then they're American games. I think in Canada we want to see. Well, okay, maybe I'm the only one, but I want to see more Canadian games. But you do you. So come at me, Rogers. Come at me, TSN. I mean, I know you won't. But boo. But also TSN, they black out games too. But I think it's been more Rogers that's been doing the. They've blacked out more games. But again, what do I know? What's my reach? Right now, my reach has been 76. I mean, I'm tickled pink. Whoa, 80. Okay, can I? Okay, 617. I have 48% left. Is it too much to ask for me to get 100? 100 pair to have had 100 people hear the sound of my own voice and see me draw my humble drawings? Because like, who draws a peach, and who wants to draw that peach for 10,000 covers? Or have 10,000 covers, because one of my other, yeah, I'm full of lots of dreams, little and small. Well, little and small are the same thing, so big and small. One of my many dreams with Peach is of that 10,000. I would be over the moon with joy if a handful of them were drawn by actual artists. So that's a thing that, like, of the first 1,000, if I had 3 covers drawn by people who can actually draw. Well, no, I can actually draw, but who draw well and properly and amazingly. But in a perfect world, I would be able to pay them something. So I'm not looking to ask now, but obviously if someone offered to say draw Peach number 325 with the only proviso being Peach is somewhere on the cover and you draw I mean you draw the title and the issue number in, you keep the original art. Not that you can necessarily sell it, but hey, if you sold it, man, more power to you. Yeah, so you could have Peach buried in the sand or Peach being punched through a wall. Because Peach also has some. He's got some superpowers. I haven't ever defined his superpowers, and I've stopped talking about the covers of Peach. But I had him. I had him in a suit of armor once, and I've toyed with the idea of turning him into a human. So you could put Peach in a suit of armor and have him go toe to toe with some armored dude, or you could put him against a dragon, a vampire, a zombie. So like you actual artists, like I said, the only proviso or requirement, if you will, is that Peach is on the cover because I've only of the 305, only one of the covers. Could you not see part of Peach? Though I do have. There may have been one where that one he may have been in disguise. I haven't decided that. So that's open ended. So anyone on Haps? You get a hankering to draw a Peach? You know where to find me. Here, Instagram, as Artoberist. Um, I have a website. October. Here. Some light. Some light pimping of my stuff can be found. Yeah. OCTOBER-LAKE.com and Artoberist at IG, which of course is short for Instagram. Oh, and I also have t-shirts, which have that, shall I say, Petri wit. Those pictures are at pictures of those shirts are at my website too. Maybe one of these days I'll put one of my shirts in front of the cam. I mean, I could do that right now if someone said got in the chat and said, "Do it, Peach, do it now, now." But since you're a shy crowd, my shy fulea. I know that won't happen, and that's okay. It is what it is. I'm just 90. Oh my. If I fall short of 100 when I'm this close, I'll be kind of disappointed in myself. Because, boing, 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 boing. Well, I remember playing Mario before he was Mario because he's the guy from Donkey Kong. Of course, Donkey Kong is who? For some people. It's a Mario. So is it good for me to say peach, 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 peach? Over 9,000! $1. Hopefully it's somewhere in between the $1 and the 9,000. And you needn't give any further comment on that. You've probably made Nintendo very happy with whatever you spent. And again, thank you for coining down for me. That is appreciated. I mean, I haven't coined down for anyone in a bit, but I've coined down for people, and I will again. But it's not all about coining, just dropping by, not being shy. Like, you're not shy. You said hey, and fingers crossed you will engage again. Because I see. Well, yeah. I've used all those. I've invited a handful of people. None of them have come by, but also just checking in. Like, if you check in every day, I don't know. I don't remember how many days you have to check in to reach 50 coins. But I just had my 100th straight day of checking in. So if you do the math, 50 times 100 is a pretty good little number. And then if you broadcast once a week, that's 500 coins, people. I think you got to do, is it 2 minutes or 10 minutes? I think it's 2 minutes a week. You can talk sports, politics, religion, theology and religion, same. You can draw, you can write, you can tell comedy, you can cook, you can you can juggle, you can do mime, origami, you can sleep, and your 2 minutes doesn't even have to be with your face on the screen. Like where's my face? It's you see my hand. But no, obviously you can just be a listener, a viewer. You don't have to create. But if you want to get big coin that doesn't cost, because obviously you can buy coin, which is it's good for Haps. Hey, cat videos. But you're film your cat, but also like what's your thing? Tell us tell the well, I don't know how many people are actually here. Ah yes, Foamy. Foamy School. He is a living puppet. Did you know that clouds have hair? Well, my clouds do. Because they are living beings. Oh, and they tend to be jerks. This is a nicer cloud. And why clouds? Because they're easy to draw. And I don't worry about drawing them the same. It's about using your limits. Oh yes, I am gently pushing my limits. Drawing more people, which is my which is what I struggle with the most. Oh, my people are getting better. Though hands are hard. Hands and feet. And ears. I don't like my ears. Well, my ears, personally, my ears are fine. But the ears on my characters, yeah. Well, if she really enjoys it, Like if it's see for me, writing and drawing, no day is complete without them. And that's been the case for drawing of writing all the way back to 2000. Because I first started writing in high school and I started with poetry. So, and if she gets that kind of joy from drawing, even if it's just something she does for fun, like 20 years from now, 30 years, 40, I'm sure you'll do a great job of encouraging her. And also, if you start like I wish I could have those 30 years back, where except for a brief flirtation with drawing in the 90s or late 90s, early 2000s, I didn't draw for 30. I thought I couldn't draw for 30 years. So she's starting at a young age, but it's not all just about talent, because how much talent do I have? I don't know. Uh, but you draw consistently, or like me every day, you will get better. And it doesn't have to be, even 5 minutes a day. You can sketch. Well, anime is that's Japanese style. Well, that's anime is the anime is the cartoons and manga is the comics. Uh, but yeah, that's but whatever she makes of her drawing, she's starting at a good age. Like if I could go back and it wouldn't destroy time, I'd want to go. Well, ideally, I'd go back to 1979 so I could have, and drawing every day for all of the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 2010s. But if I could go back to 86 or 87, I probably wouldn't have been too young and wouldn't have been, because in 79 I would have been a lot younger and that might have been too young and might have burned myself out. But then again, maybe I needed the fuel of 30 years of, though probably not. It would have been better if I had been drawing for all those 30 years, because I would have had t-shirts. Well, I did make some t-shirts a few years ago. Very Canadian thing was the message. I still see 98, but I'm getting there. Yeah, I've been watching. Or am I lagging? No, on my phone I see 98. Well, I do have 99 subscribers, so Oh, there you go. I am at 101. Peach gets her done. Oh, you see 100 and wait. You see 103 subscribers or 103? Let me check. Let me check. No, I still see 99 subscribers, so it's not the subscribers. Um, yeah. So if you want to subscribe to get more Petrie in your life, I'm cool with that. Oh, 105 and 53 comments. Hey, for me, that's not half bad. Well, that's better than most. You know, I hear the 100th subscriber of anyone's channel on Haps is oh. Tune in tomorrow as I complete the drawing. Done. Goodbye. No, you meanie. I want to see it now. I'm going to bed late because of you. You will give me that drawing now. Don't you dare stop drawing. Draw, monkey, draw. Draw, monkey, draw. Oh, I almost ripped that page. It's not good. Because on the other side of the page is, ta-da! Number 304. And 105 people. So, on a scale of 1 to 19, because just to be weird, also because 19 happens to be an important day for me. On a scale of 1 to 19, what would you give this broadcast? And yes, you can say 5. You can say 4. You could even say 1. But I have a feeling you'll at least say 6. 6 of 19. And you can also rate the drawing. I have That ain't half bad. Peach, 1 to 19 and cool. As acceptable ratings unless you offer argument as to why it should be something else. Like, I'll watch that again. That would be an acceptable rating too. Or I'll watch you draw again. And believe it or not, none of this drawing was in my thinking. Well, the only thing that was in my head was I was going to draw Peach. I was going to write the title. And I was going to put the issue number. Cool. Hey, 9 of 19. That's a good number. Oops. 9 divided by 19. Okay. No, that can't be true. Yeah, 47%. Hey. Well, I kind of thought you would. I'd already penciled you in for another Hapscast tomorrow, even if it's only in replay. Not to be presumptuous. You presumptuous Canuck. I'm a presumptive Canuck. I'm a presumptinuck. Presumptinuck. I'm a presumptinuck. You presume too much, Canuck. And now, because you said that, I'm never coming back. Or I'll come back in secret but never engage with you. Peach is weird. Yeah, but it's a controlled weirdness, and I'm very, yeah, like I don't drink much. And it's not just Harry Potter that I don't care about. Though I have enjoyed the first two Fantastic Beasts movies, though the first was better than the second. His would be, I don't know. Are they trying to make them a couple? Eddie Redmayne and the the actress who plays the lady. That got dark, but sorry, spoilers. But I have been yeah. So I don't drink much. I don't do any of that. I'm content to draw and write all day. Just recently, I wrote over 10,000 words of poetry in a single day. Sunday, March 7. And it takes a lot longer to write poetry than it does to write prose, and the last 2 years I've written over 1 million words each year. And I'm trying to do it again, and I don't think I'll have the same time to do it, but I've already written 250,000 plus words this year, and I well, poetry, because it came naturally to me. Like poetry is a natural thing. Like, uh, I don't know that you can really teach poetry. You either have it or you don't. And yeah, not to sound like a cocky Canuck, but I have it. Like, it's a particular kind of poetry. Like, I've written. Well, it was for school that I wrote at least one haiku. But for me, haikus are too short. I like longer poems, and that's what I. And yeah, limericks are fun, but yeah, the thing about poetry is you can do anything with poetry that you can do with prose. It's just harder to do, and I think it's the least regarded art of all the arts. Like, maybe you can make an argument that it's more regarded than mimes, but it certainly doesn't have the same regard that prose does, and dance and animation, etc. So being blessed with the ability to rhyme. But again, art is subjective, so I know I'm good, but there can be a whole line of people saying, no. What, you rhyme with your poetry? That's so 20th century. Well, two things. Poetry should have rhyming. Like, my poetry is always going to have rhyming, and it should have flow. And some poems, yeah, I don't feel the flow. And having written poetry since 88 certainly, and maybe as early as 87, that qualifies me to have an opinion that should be at least given some thought. You don't have to agree, but yeah, you should agree. You should agree on that. Rhyming and flow. Because otherwise, it's just. Because what separates poetry for me from prose? Rhyme. So, yeah, make of that what you will. Because who the hell am I? I'm Charles Petrie on Haps. Yawn. Who's that? Many people would say, who cares? It's just a guy on the internet. He's not been, doesn't have a poetry book and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he's performed close to 200 times in public. And not once says he had apples and peaches thrown at him or lettuce. I've performed in public spaces, well, obviously, like in a park, pubs, a bookstore, library. Now, they weren't there for me in most of those cases, but in some cases they were talking. But then again, they were also talking for the musicians. But musicians can be louder than. But and yeah, there's you can. But yeah, well, the thing about limericks for me, like I like free verse. I do free verse. I don't like being. I don't like the limitations of iambic pentameter or limericks. There once was a man from Nantucket. He was told that he could suck it, but he looked at her and was heard to say, "Which one, my dear, which one?" Because obviously, as a woman, she has not one but two. Ooh, unless she was post-cancer and she had a mastectomy. Is that dirty enough? May not be a limerick, but oh, behave. And what would you? And that was just off the top of my head too. I mean, yes, I borrowed the man from Nantucket, but this is a different man because Nantucket has more than one man. So what do I get out of 19 for that? Or now's when you get all shy and well, maybe you went to bed, but I haven't finished the drawing yet. So you'll have to catch me on replay if you haven't, if you've already left. Though I'm closer to the end, which is a good thing because I'm down to 12%. Well, I made it to 105. I won't be greedy and ask for 106, but if the 106th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th stop by in the next 5%, that'd be cool too. That'd be cool too. She may well have gone to bed, but thank you, Silva, for tuning in and hapsing out with me, and especially for the coins. And thank you, Pablo, for coining down. You are among the most select people on Haps to have coined down for me, or with me, for me, to me, whatever. So that's cool. I hope you've done your DOS. Well, you've done the D, which is download the Haps app, because you're not coming here for me from YouTube. Subscribing is nice. I've heard that if you subscribe to someone in Haps, you're 5.37% happier for the next hour. Now, don't quote me on that, because that could be just a story I tell myself. It's not fake news, it's just a story told for laughs. Told like a blanket around my shoulders. And support. Well, you support me just by subscribing and engaging with me and from the cheap seats. But yeah, there's the other support, the coins. I don't have a badge yet. It's probably going to be a while before I have one. Hmm, 9%. Yes. And today's the 22nd. Two. What do I need? What are you saying I need to work on that for next time? Whoa, 113. That's a nice little bump. Well, I wouldn't say that what I did was a limerick, but it was dirty minded poetry. It was limerick adjacent, because I'm not sure the exact rules of limerick. It was limerically inclined. And it was just dirty enough to be PG. Uh-oh, down to 5%. So are you saying 0 out of 19? Okay, I can hang with that. So, this is the cover to Peach number 305, my hypothetical comic that will never be. Well, I guess it's supposed to be a compliment if someone tells someone that they wet themselves laughing, but I'm certainly good with making someone smile, yeah. But I have made people laugh before. Some have even been women. Don't think they were laughing at me. I think they were laughing with me. So, women laughing at me has probably happened. He at least had the kindness, though, not to laugh and point. So, this has been your typically talkative. Yeah, I can't think of a third T right now. Typically talkative. I'll have to work on that because I want at least 3. So, I'm Charles Petrie. You're not. That generally works out in your favor. This has been what is Hapsody, which we stopped talking about a while ago, but you got the gist. Daily comic strip, 7 boroughs for 7 genres. No team has. If you get looking for six writers, at least 7 artists. You get enough teams, then no team would have to contribute their 3 or 4 panels in anything less than 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, if you get 14 teams, you can go every 2 weeks, and that's a lot less. And yeah, we'd all own it. So nobody would be working for me. We'd be working together, and the sky's the limit. So chew on it. If you know some writers, you know some artists, tell them about this fantastic idea, because yeah, just because it's not popular doesn't mean it's not a fantastic idea. Thanks for stopping by, and well, you need the sleep. I'm not sure if you need the beauty sleep, because you already got the beauty down. Just saying. Thanks for, well, that was serious too. Have a great Have a great sleep, and I'll see you again. 117. Wow. If I was at higher than 5%, like if I was at 10%, I might campaign for 120. But so thank you, Silva. Thank you for the coins. Thank you for the hapsing out with me. Yeah, I guess 117. I shouldn't push for more. Because that's... Ah! I thought as much. You should be the 100th subscriber. So you got the 8.7% worth of happy dreams. 8.7% more happy dreaming. And that 8.7% more lasts for 2 weeks. Okay, I gotta go because I'm down to 4% and I'm not gonna get another 3 viewers in the time that I'm gonna be here. Am I? No. But let's see. Dare I try to go for 2 hours? What can I say? Well, I can talk more about Hapsody. Yeah, 7 boroughs, 7 genres. I think good genres would be action, comedy, supers, science fiction, fantasy. I picked surreal. So that's 6. We need another, but hey, this can also be put to a vote. And if you contribute to Hapsody, which isn't necessarily going to be the name if this comes... Whoa, 124. Oh my god. Wow. Well, I'm at 124. Can I get 125? And wait, what? Yeah, I'm not going to get 125. Thank you very much for 124. Because I'm down to 3%. And good night, Seattle. And parts other. I really enjoyed having this many people pass through for however long you pass through. Thank you. I have been Charles Petrie, and I will continue being Charles Petrie until, well, you know. Thank you.